Hello and welcome to Mr. Paul's Academy. I'm Mr. Paul. Today I want to talk about this little problem here that's going around social media. It goes around every now and then and everyone thinks they know what's going on. And I want to just go over all of this and all the different types of answers people come up with because I want to make the people who don't know math feel better about themselves, and the people who think they know math well, I want to show you where you're probably wrong. And most importantly, are those that really think they know math and are trying to pull one over on people where they don't know what they're talking about either. So let's look at the top one first. We've got 3 chickens, so we're going to divide 60 by 3. Figure out how much each chicken is. So each chicken, 20 plus 20 plus 20, that's 60. So each chicken is 20. Not a problem. Going on to the second one. Well, we already know that a chicken is 20. So now we've just got the 2 sets of egg nests. So if we subtract 20 from the 26, which is the value of the chicken, now we're just left with 2 egg nests equals 6. All right, so 2 egg nests equals 6. Divide that by 2. Each egg nest has to be 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Now we're going on to the third one. We got that egg nest again. We know that's 3. And now we got these 2 banana stalks. Okay, if I subtract 3 from the 15, that leaves me with 12. And if I have 12 there for the 2 banana stalks, that means it's 6 and 6 each. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. This works. Now for the final one, and this is where everyone starts to get confused. And I do mean everyone. So we have the chicken, that's 20. We got the egg nest, we said that was 3. We've got the banana stalk, we said that was 6. If we add straight across, 20 plus 3 is 23, plus 6 is 29. If you got 29, you're wrong, because this last one switched the addition sign to a multiplication sign. So 20 plus 3 is 23, times 6 is 138. But that you only get if you didn't follow the order of operations. And don't kick yourself if you don't know order of operations. Those who know order of operations need to know them. If you don't know them, it's because you don't need to know them. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. But if you did follow order of operations, you've got to multiply first. The 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus 20 is 38. So that's the answers you should have arrived at, which are wrong. Because look at that egg nest. That's an egg nest of 4 eggs. That's what was down there. You look at those other 3 times we used them, those are egg nests of 3. A lot of people will just assume, well, then that means that that egg nest of 4 is actually 4. So if you happen to not know order of operations and added straight across, 20 plus 4 is 24, times 6 is 144. But if you did use order of operations, 4 times 6 is 24, plus 20 is 44, which is wrong. Why? Because the bananas, that symbol for the bananas is different. You look at that. That's only 3 bananas down there versus the 6 set of bananas and 6 set of bananas in the third row. Okay. Now, if we know that a banana stalk is 6, but now we only have 3, okay, so maybe each banana is 3. People will assume that. So if you did not know order of operations but got this far, 20 plus 4 is 24, times 3 is 72. But if you did do order of operations, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 plus 20 is 32, which is your final answer, which is wrong. Because look at that banana. This is where I really get perturbed with this type of question, because is this a 4th banana here? I don't know. Let's look at the stalks there. Is this an actual extra stalk and then the banana hides behind it? Or is this just an empty space to make you think that there's 3 bananas? Great. Let's add optical illusions to an already difficult math problem, right? So the people who love these things, they're just jerks. So, okay, maybe it's not 3, maybe it's 4. Okay, 20 plus 4 is 24 times 4 is 96 if you failed to use order of operations. Or 4 times 4 is 16 plus 20 is 36, which is your final answer, which is wrong. And I will tell you why. And it has nothing to do with any other optical illusions or anything else going on. It has to do with the actual symbols themselves. Just bear with me on this and entertain this idea. Let's look at these letters. And in algebra, we use these letters to indicate some kind of value. Well, take that W and cut it in half. Don't I have 2 V's there? If I cut the M in half, do I have 2 N's? That capital I, if I add a little tick mark to it, do I get this capital L? So really think about this in conjunction with what those symbols in the actual math problem we were dealing with. Because if I cut the W in half and I get a V, does that mean that if W is 10, then V is 5? That's not how algebra works. If I know that N is 7 and an M is a double N, does that mean M is 14? Of course not. That's not how algebra works. And if that capital I is 1 and I add a little tick mark to it to make it a capital L, now it has 2 tick marks. Does that make it 2? No, it does not. That's not how algebra works. So the idea that this four egg nest is somehow now a value of 4, the thing that people that make this assumption are doing wrong is they're failing to take into account the value of the actual nest itself. If each egg is 1, that means that the nest itself has a value of 0. Why are you assuming that the nest has a value of 0? So if the nest value is 0, then yeah, the eggs are each 1. But if the nest value is anything else, then the eggs themselves have a different value, which means this 4-egg nest is not 4. The same thing with the bananas. Are they 3? Are they 4 bananas? Who knows? That's a question altogether. But also, when you pull off a banana, you're not pulling off everything. If you've ever dealt with bananas before, the last couple of bananas you pull off have much more of the stalk at the top than any of the other bananas you've pulled off. Which means, are we dealing with the value of these bananas based on mass or just the fruit itself? We don't know. We're making some awfully big assumptions here. So the real answer to this problem is leave it alone. It's already answered. It's one big question mark because there's no way to really know.